Well, obviously, once you've decided to hold the competition, you're going to have to get the word out. You have to get the word out to really two different constituents about what your competition's going to be, when it's going to be, where it's going to be, and what are the rules for your competition. The two big constituencies are the home brewers themselves, or professional brewers if you're doing a professional competition, but you got to get word out to the brewers. And they need to know how much it's going to cost to enter, where and when to enter the beer. And they need to know the styles. Are they using BJCP style guidelines or some other, or maybe you're limiting it only to IPAs or only to something else. They just need to know what the rules are. And the other set of constituents you need to solicit are the judges. And generally they want to know where do they go, when they have to be there, and what are they going to be doing. So generally, if they're a BJCP judge, they know all about judging, but they do need to know where to go and what day and time to be there. So how do you get this word out? Well, most competitions are actually conducted by clubs, homebrew clubs, and they solicit to their members and to other clubs in the area. So emails out to the organizations generally gets that word out. Some clubs use newsletters, they may email. Most competitions will create some sort of web presence. They may use a website, or they may use Facebook as that tool for publicizing their competitions. You do find some competitions are actually run by fairs, state fairs, city fairs, or some organization like the Lions Club or the Rotary or some charitable organization. And so they then may have their own websites or their own means of getting the word out. But those are typically it. The other thing that most organizers will do mass emailings to all the judges in their area. And the BJCP, when you register a competition, the BJCP will provide a list of all the active judges. And then it's up to the organizer to pick ones relatively near them. You know, like if you're holding a competition in Brazil, you may invite all the Brazilian judges. You're not necessarily going to invite the US judges. There may be cases where somebody will hear about it and ask the judge because they're in the area on business or pleasure on a trip, and that's great. But generally, emailing out to the judges is a good approach. And while the organizer's emailing to the judges, they can also email out to all the people that participated and entered beers the last year or last several years. So keeping a running list of those interested in your competition is an excellent way to contact them to have them enter again this year. My local club started as a part of a local homebrew shop. So the homebrew store that sold us the ingredients, grain and hops and yeast and other things, it was in their best interest to encourage competitions because it helped them sell more ingredients. So a lot of the competitions around the world have started as a result of the homebrew shops as a way of a marketing tool for them to encourage brewing and camaraderie. And they may form a club or they may hold a competition and invite the people, all their customers to enter the competition. So I think around the world, that's probably the more common approach. Although these days there's clubs everywhere from South Africa and Australia, New Zealand, Canada. There's clubs all around the world.